I have to tell you part of the story that I left out about James Gandolfini last night. He came up after intermission. The theater went dark, and he came up and he came right next to my chair, and he said, I have to apologize. He said, it was wrong of me to do that, and I'm sorry. And I said, James, I've heard worse. Don't worry about it. I was amazed at, he's the first person that has ever come up to me and apologized. I still don't think, I think he thinks I'm Satan, which is fine, but he's never apologized, and he said, I hope your son didn't hear that. He did, but he's also heard worse. But I thank him for at least being a man of honor and coming up and apologizing. Okay, I want to talk to you a little bit about Shore Bank. And all you need to know about Shore Bank in Chicago is it's a really good local bank. That's it. Really good local bank. I want to start over here. Do you remember Crime Inc.? This is a story that we've been telling you here for a while, and I just want to run this down. Joyce Foundation, when Barack Obama was on the board of the Joyce Foundation, this is a really nasty kind of liberal slush fund, he decides that he's going to funnel money to start CCX. This is the Climate Exchange Board in Chicago, the Chicago Climate Exchange. Barack Obama, $1.1 million to CCX, okay? Who are some of the other investors? Generation, what is it, Generation something or other? I don't remember. Of Al Gore and Goldman Sachs. They invest in CCX. I think Goldman Sachs has 10% of it. Is this the one that just bought it, right? It's just been sold to a global company now. It's great. So the investors are all there. Oh, and then Fannie Mae, Franklin Raines, he's got, I think he's inflated the earnings of Fannie Mae by about $90 billion. So he can, walk away with, I think it was $90-some million in bonus money, which was great. They did an investigation. He was discredited, but never went to jail, just had to pay some money back. And then he's just back in the mix with everything. He's great. But he started Enterprise, and while he was at Fannie Mae, he bought a couple of pieces of technology. It's amazing technology. One of them is to measure your carbon for the exchange at your house. At your house. So they know exactly how much energy you're using and carbon, so you can pay. It's good, isn't it? Oh, and there's another one that we haven't really figured out yet. It's a way for the, I guess, the government or whoever it would be, Fannie Mae probably, to be able to lock your outlets in your house. We got a couple of congressmen trying to get information on that, but we can't seem to get it from Fannie Mae. But strangely, they purchased this technology for CCX. So there seems to be some sort of money that's going to be funneled here. And then what's great is this guy who started the Apollo project, he's part of all of this with Emerald Cities Collaborative. It's a brilliant way to green our cities. What they're going to do is they're going to take money from the carbon exchange using this technology from Fannie Mae, and then they're going to, all that money is going to come, and it's all going to go through Emerald Cities Collaborative. This is just going to be able to help your town get greener. And on the board of directors, members of the AFL-CIO, members of Green for All, Van Jones Organization, SEIU, the Apollo Alliance. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. No reporters on this story. I'm sorry. Business Insider, I believe, is doing a couple of stories, but nobody else. Pay no attention to this. No big deal. Anyway, I want to tell you about a really good local bank. Shore Bank. Yeah. Chicago, Illinois. Hey, Chicago, Illinois. That's a carbon exchange play. Chicago. It's a community development bank. These guys are into community development, too. We should get these two together. Who thinks it might end that way? Their focus is on domestic and foreign microfinancing. Look into microfinancing. I always thought it was a good thing. Now I'm beginning to think, uh-oh, something there maybe I didn't see. Since 2000, they've engaged in the financing of green projects. Oh, my gosh. They lost more than $100 million last year due to huge losses from real estate loans in its low-income neighborhoods, and they've been seized by the FDIC. Oh, no, I'm sorry. They were almost seized. But some people have come to the rescue. Private sector bailout. Yep. They don't want any of that government money. I'm going to fill in a few more details on Shore Bank and the people riding to the rescue. Next. America, this you could not make up. You could not make this up. You couldn't write this. Hollywood could not write this. Wait until you meet the really good local bank, Shore Bank. Surprisingly not in the news. Chicago, Illinois. Let me introduce you to them. See if you kind of recognize some of the people here. Shore Bank. They don't want it taken over by the FDIC. They don't want to be a burden to the people. Here's Ron. He's the founder. Do you know he was the guy who was testifying for the Community Reinvestment Act, 1977, Jimmy Carter? This is great, because the Community Reinvestment Act is really kind of a Cloward and Piven kind of scheme that really led to all of the things that, well, we're now having to bail banks out for. Yeah. But he was the only banker that said, I want you to know, that's an important deal. In fact, it was so inspirational that that the Clintons thought it was great. Clintons. They were inspired. They thought it was wonderful. Back when they were in Arkansas, they saw this bank. And they said, boy, we gotta, I'll tell you what we gotta do. We gotta have a bank like that down here. Down in Arkansas. Hey, isn't there another, do you have the, here it is. Sorry, in Arkansas. Pretty sure that was in Arkansas. And they were working with banks like this in Arkansas. All inspired by him. Okay, now, on the list of shareholders for the really good bank, Shore Bank, the list of shareholders, you know who the big shareholder is? This is going to be, where do we go? Oh, well, the Joyce Foundation. The Joyce Foundation from Crime Inc., the one who started the climate exchange that Barack Obama was on, and they're by the Fannie Mae, and that's a good one. No big deal so far, still just a really good local bank. By the way, the co-founder, the core founder was at the signing of the Bill Clinton community reinvestment thing too. It was good. Oh, a VP. Where is she? Jan, the VP. I love her. Look at her. Doesn't she look like a sweet lady? She is so nice. Oh, boy. She's the VP of the bank. Yep. Oh, you know what's weird? She was actually Hillary Clinton's roommate in college. Yeah. Oh, and there's a couple of other things that aren't even really worth looking at, really. She's on the board of Vital Voices and Women Advancing Microfinance. Remember microfinance? We're going to come back to that one. She's also a member of the Council of Foreign Relations, and she's working on ways to develop talent pool for the presidential appointments. But it's just a really good local bank. Now let me introduce you to the former vice president here, former executive vice president. This is Bob. Hi, my name's Bob. I'm the former executive vice president. He is a kind of a key player in a lot of things. He's been active for over 25 years in community and civic organizations. He's been on the he's on the Center for Neighborhood Technology. He's on the visiting committee of the University of Chicago Law School. Wasn't he at the, I wonder if he knows Bob, because he was at the university. Oh, I bet he does, because he also was on the board of the Business People in the Public Interest, BPI, that received $375,000 in grants from the Chicago Annenberg Challenge, which, see, Barack Obama was on that. Oh, and Bill Ayers was on the, I wonder, because he didn't know Bill Ayers. He probably doesn't know Bob either.